Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Canelo Alvarez will destroy David Benavidez. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And there's been a lot of talk about a potential Canelo Alvarez-David Benavidez matchup. That's a matchup that I want to see. That's a matchup that I think boxing needs to happen at some point down the line. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I look at this matchup, when I preview this matchup, I see that David Benavidez is a big, strong, dangerous fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a quality fighter. He's a former world champion 2 times, but at the end of the day, he has a lot of great things about him, and I respect David Benavidez. But Canelo Alvarez is just on a different level. He's a different monster. Canelo Alvarez is an elite fighter, a legendary fighter, a Hall of Fame fighter, so comparing the two, to me, makes zero sense. Canelo Alvarez has the best resume at 168 pounds. Canelo Alvarez is the king of 168 pounds. He's undisputed at 168. He has all the belts at 168. He beat all the champions at 168. And he's undefeated at 168 pounds. He had a dominant run at 168. This man has never had a fight at 168 that was not dominant in some shape, form, or fashion. Canelo Alvarez is literally a problem, a monster, and he has the best resume in the division, hands down, and it's not even close. Canelo Alvarez is simply levels above David Benavidez, and he will destroy him. He will literally rip this man a brand new asshole. When we break down the fight, you see defensively, Canelo Alvarez is levels above David Benavidez. His head movement is elite. I mean, come on, we know what Canelo Alvarez can do while David Benavidez literally sits there and block punches with his face. They call this man Señor Piñata. We understand this. Then when you look at the offensive side, you see Canelo Alvarez has elite punch selection. This man literally broke Billy Joe Saunders' face. We understand that there is simply no comparison when you look at the two fighters. Then you look at speed, you see that David Benavidez is an extremely slow and predictable fighter. Canelo Alvarez literally has underrated speed for the division. This is his perfect division, and he's much faster than David Benavidez at 168 pounds. David Benavidez does have fast hands, so I do respect that, and I will give him credit for that. Ring IQ, it's no comparison. Canelo Alvarez thinks levels above David Benavidez. He thinks farther ahead than David Benavidez, and he can win a multitude of ways. I mean, Canelo Alvarez literally tore off Callum Smith's bicep, an undefeated prime world champion. He didn't have to stop him to the body. He didn't have to knock him out to get the win. He literally dominated this man, put him in survival mode, and tore his biceps apart. We understand Canelo Alvarez can do things that you don't normally see done in boxing. Then when you look at the power, you see Canelo Alvarez. See, what makes him so dangerous, he has power and IQ, and he knows how to use it. David Benavidez does have power, does have pop. But the difference is Canelo Alvarez has elite power. He's proven it over and over again, and not only has he proven it, this man shows his IQ along with his power. Look at how he stopped Caleb Plant. Strategically timed and placed shots. We understand. And Canelo Alvarez stopped this man while David Benavidez didn't. And not only did he stop him, he did this with a broken hand. We understand that Canelo Alvarez needed hand surgery. So at the end of the day, his injury happened in this fight. Canelo Alvarez is an elite fighter, and he can use his mind and power combined to decimate his opponents. Then when you look at the trainer comparison between the two fighters, it's no comparison. We understand, we see Canelo Alvarez with Eddie Reynoso in his corner, who developed him, who helped bring him to the point with his elite boxing skills, defense, offense. He's a 4-weight world champion, already a Hall of Famer, undisputed at 168. The list goes on and on. Best resume in boxing. So you see Eddie Reynoso, former trainer of the year, is an elite trainer who comes with an elite game plan, and he's not just a trainer. He is a teacher. Never forget that. And then when you compare the chin of these two fighters, we've never seen Canelo Alvarez down on the canvas. We've never seen him hurt. We've never seen any of this. But we've seen David Benavidez get dropped by a journeyman. So we understand that there's levels in boxing, and Canelo Alvarez arguably has the best chin in boxing. I mean, make that make sense. When we look at the two fighters, we see, if you look at all the facts, if you compare everything, all the data, the fighters, everything, the levels of competition, the accomplishments, the longevity, everything. You see that Canelo Alvarez is levels above David Benavidez. He will literally destroy this man and rip him a new asshole. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.